Hello there. In this installment of Let's Work the Problem, we are going to deep diving into speaking. Yeah, and I'm not going to going into that teaching about speaking, how you should we are just going to brainstorm on basically the speaking, the nature of it, and how it perceives in today's world, how it works, and what's the missing thing in that. So I think I don't need to explain what speaking is and all, but I'm more emphasizing on the effective speaking. From effective speaking, what I mean is whatever you utter through your mouth, it is going to be listened. Listen in a way that the person or people, a group of people is going to process it, and they're going to think about it, right? And like these days we have taken it for granted. We use it as a everyday thing, obviously, because we have that ability. But my emphasis is on, if I put it in a different perspective, for me, speaking is a weapon. It's not a weapon it's not a kind of gun I'm saying. It's more like a BrahMos missile, if you know. Like when you fire, it is going to make an impact. There are going to be echoes, it's not like you are doing this put and make like linking with this analogy of weapon really makes sense, because I'm coming from another analogy where not analogy, there's this saying that a bow and arrow. So an arrow went fired from the bow, and words spoken from your mouth can't be returned. And I can clearly see why it is said like that, what it really means, because whatever you say, even if you mean it, don't mean it, is going to make an impact to someone in a way you might not consciously know, right? As I said, that we take it for so granted. We use it like anything. We use it on, I don't know, I don't have word, right? We use this speaking quite so often that the effectiveness gets reduced. It's more like you're saying anything. You're saying anything. And I'm coming from the thing, if I connect with me, I'm more of a thoughtful person. Like whenever I speak, I give it a lot of thought and then I convey. And I mean it when I'm saying it, right? Because I am not saying uttering anything out of just because it is coming in my guts and I am just throwing it out. I really process whatever I listen, and whether it should be the thing in the outworld, I am not going there, and that is not objective. I am just talking about, let's see a scenario of an effective speaking. Effective means a thoughtful, which really aligned with solving some problem in the world, right? If I direct that weapon, that okay, I'm going to use it for really solving the real matters of the world, of the real problem out there, then I'm going in that context, right? I'm using the speaking in that context. Why we had made talk so cheap? Because we have this ability that no other animal, no other creatures on this planet have. Communication, But in that also, have you ever wondered, okay, let's say a person, let's say a person who speaks a lot, they don't have that holding period, they just throw it out. So have they ever thought about this? Okay, I'm talking, but what about listener? There has to be equal amount of listener to nullify the effect. It's like the ratio of, I don't know, is the right context or not, like boys and girls, I must say, a woman and a man. It should be like equilibrium, at equilibrium, right? If the speaker is this listener should be in an equivalent amount, so that it gets neutralized, not in a way of neutralizing the whatever effectiveness, but what I can see, that speaking has been so overrated. It account, I must say, at 80%, 70-80%, and listening is somewhere in the 20-30%. Because it's not about just, okay, you are saying it, someone is listening it and done. Someone has listened. It's more about, if the person is listening, they are going to think over it, they are going to value it, and they are going to use it. It's not like that, okay, listen, done. It's not, we are scrolling the reel, we listen, done, over. It will be like, okay, there is the information and I can reflect back in my life and do some changes. Okay, so that has given me the value, whatever the spoken through the reel and through the video. Obviously, so yeah, so for the, if anyone going to make a counter that no, there is equal amount of listeners, so I just said that it's not about just using the eardrums, it's all about processing it, thinking over it, and reflecting, complying in the life, doing something out of that knowledge or that information that you gained out of, even through watching videos, reels, and whatever. So I can just connect, there's this resemblance, I can say. This thought is coming up in my mind, and it happens to a lot of kids, I must say. During our school time, we all have come across this, when a teacher conveys this line that you can ask me the question 100 times and I'm answered, right? But they do really mean, like, what is the figure 100? Do they really mean? So what happens after that? Even if you go to you try asking twice or thrice, then that teacher is get irritated. The same teacher is get irritated and going to bash or going to say, no, not going to take it in a light way, going to make the hell out of children. So what am I emphasizing here? That if you are saying 100 times, you should mean 100. You're not even meaning it 20 times. You are end up being on 2 or 3 times. And that's always kept me wondered about this. Why they even say it? Because every teacher, not every teacher, I must say, most of the teacher has this because they might have heard from somewhere else and it's a good line, good punchline, that's why they use. Because I had taken it seriously and it is blown on my face. So I can relate. Yeah. So when I started with speaking as a weapon, and when you fire that weapon, when you really open your mouth, boy, it should make impact. It should make impact. If so I am getting this Kabir, a very famous Kabir Doha, that, and I iterate it, and I, ऐसी वाणी बोलिए मन का आपा खोए, औरन को शीतल करे आपहु शीतल होए. Now I can feel what he means. Like, I've heard it during my child at 4th or 5th grade, but now I really feel, okay, he means what he means. Like, whatever you speak, and he has done that because he is given this line, and it still wrinkles through this after he is not there, but still it's in us, and we can really sense it. We can really feel it. His words. He has done that part. And it is so beautiful. Like, I can really feel it. Like, he exactly mean what I'm trying to convey here, that speaking should be a weapon, and you must use when it is needed, or I must say, when it is be more effective. If you're using it nonsensically every time, then it lost its importance. It is going to lose its ground. There will be no meaning, less meaning to it, isn't it? Yeah, so with this note and with this kind of, I must say, brainstorming, let's just wrap it up, and we'll catch up next time. So for the time being, yeah.